Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the DryIceComedy Podcast. We're still keeping the same name since we changed the name of our channel. Today we got... Oh, this is Colton, by the way. It's only me and our special guest, my big old brother, Cameron.
What it is.
I also call him Buddy. And our topic for today is zombies, just zombies in general.
General Zombie.
General Zombie. General Zod. Okay, so what do you want to talk about zombies, huh?
I think we should talk about the first incarnation of zombies, which is... Or the first movie of zombies. It's a movie called White Zombie. It came out in 1932. Of course, wasn't racist back then to call it White Zombie. But it is cited as the first zombie feature film. Don't know much about it. I haven't seen a whole lot of it, but I think the most popular older one is Night of the Living Dead. Have you ever seen that one?
No.
That's what really...
I haven't even heard of the first movie you're talking about.
Me either. I just read about it. But Night of the Living Dead is like cited as the most popular zombie movie, at least from my experience of hearing everything. That's the first one that our dad showed us, or showed me anyway, as far as zombies go.
And of course, the best zombie movie is Zombieland.
I would say for a comedy, like, / horror, or whatever you want to call it. Yeah, but my favorite regular zombie movie that's, like, serious would probably be, like, Dawn of the Dead. It's a good one.
Ooh, boy.
Have you ever seen it?
Ooh, boy.
I think we watched it together.
I've seen Shaun of the Dead.
That one's a good one, too.
Good comedy one. I might have seen Dawn of the Dead with you, I don't remember.
It's pretty good. Let's see, I don't really know how to explain it, but I know people are, like, trapped in a mall or whatever, and I don't know, it's a weird freaking movie. They have an old-timey sounding Down with the Sickness song in there. You know that song, Down with the Sickness?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have it played like Dean Martin style, singing it like that, as a whole lot of graphic scenes are happening. Not with zombies, just like sexual graphic scenes. It's happening. It's just kind of laid out there in the middle of the movie. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but I don't know, it's still funny, I think. Is that Conan O'Brien?
Yeah, he's on here. So is Kevin Smith. That's who that is.
I just beat his hook.
Yeah, we're playing Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. And Solomon Grundy's on here, so that's a zombie, so it works.
Yeah.
Hold X to change your character. And press up.
Dang it.
And then press up.
You can't talk about zombies without talking about the freaking Walking Dead. I remember when it first aired. I watched it with Cody. Cody's our older brother too. First watched it with him, and I didn't really care for it in the beginning.
I'm not caught up with it though.
Me either. It was good, like, for a long time, but now it just feels like a chore trying to watch it. I don't really care for it a whole lot. Plus, spoilers go around, so freaking much.
Oh boy, I know that. I got some stuff spoiled for me before. A lot on that. And also, you can't talk about zombies without or is it just Call of Duty, because they had a World at War as well.
Yeah, what was the first zombie game?
I don't know. Zombies Ate My Neighbors on the
Plants
SNES.
vs. Zombies?
Zombies Ate My Neighbors is a good game, actually, on the Super Nintendo. It's pretty hinkin'.
Okay, well, obviously it was going to be an older arcade game.
Yeah.
It's called ZX Spectrum.
Jeez.
It's a European game.
Hmm.
But it's citing Resident Evil as the first 3D horror game in 1996.
Resident Evil 4 was pretty inking. I remember I had you play that for a little bit. It gets better from the first part you were on.
That's another thing. Is like zombies, I think, weren't as iconic until The Walking Dead came out. It really popularized them a lot.
And everyone was playing Black Ops, the first one.
Mm-hmm.
No one really talked about World at War, but when Black Ops came out, oh boy.
Yeah. And the, what did I say? Freaking, I didn't see a whole lot of people dressing up as them for Halloween or anything either.
Yeah.
But The Walking Dead brought it up to where it was. Because before that, everybody was on the vampire craze because of Twilight still, so that was the thing that everybody was going for. Wanted to be just like... By the way, Team Edward.
And we can't talk about zombies without talking about Night of the Living Fred.
Oh, God.
The second Fred movie. No, that doesn't have to do with zombies. That's actually a vampire thing.
Is it?
Yeah. He thinks his music teacher is a vampire.
Are zombies your favorite horror trope? Because I think they're mine.
Probably.
Like, I don't know if you've ever seen, what's it called? The Lost Boys. That's a vampire movie.
Mm-mm.
And I think it came out in the 80s, and it's really freaking good. So you have, like, the Lost Boys were a really big vampire movie, and so was Fright Night, the classic one.
What was that movie you gave me? Was it Red Dawn or something like that?
Red Dawn.
No, not Red Dawn. I'm thinking. It's with my movies. Over there, I don't know which one.
Let me see freaking movies.
They're underneath all that stuff on the third shelf down. I'll look over there later.
Is it like a horror movie or what?
Yeah, it's a zombie movie.
Zombie movie. I just want to say, Warm Bodies had a pretty interesting zombie, like, idea.
It was creative.
A zombie can turn back. I just wish it wasn't such a love story.
Just glad it wasn't as big as Twilight.
But I think the Bonies were pretty cool. Were a pretty cool idea. Those
They can't turn back.
Yeah.
They're the most violent ones.
And they're freaking fast.
Yeah. They probably picked that up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go check on the movies. See which movie that was.
Okay, well.
It's that movie you brought me on Blu-ray. I think it's still.
I don't even remember what it is at all. Like, I don't even remember giving you a movie.
You told me it was a good movie to watch it, and I did. I showed a dink in it or something.
Was it a good one? Is it the Legend of Zelda complete series?
No, it doesn't show a dink in it.
Was it Wild Hogs? Wild Hogs is my favorite zombie movie.
There it is, 28 Days Later.
Oh, yeah, that's a classic. They made a 28 Weeks Later, too. Yeah, it's British. I hardly remember that movie, though. I just remember it being good.
I remember it showed a dink.
Yeah. Okay.
And also, when is Valve gonna bring Left 4 Dead back?
Shoot, I'm pretty sure Valve shut down, didn't they?
No, they're still running Steam.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure they're not making games. Are they making games? I have no idea.
I don't know. They made Portal. I think. I'd rather them make another Left 4 Dead than Portal.
Yeah. They tried to make another Left 4 Dead game, which was World War Z. It was a pretty good game, but I don't know, it just didn't feel the same. One thing I always talk about, what I didn't like in freaking Left 4 Dead was the not being able to aim, which was stupid.
At least you could do it in World War Z.
Yeah, that was a cool thing.
Did you go to one of the lantern planets?
This is goddamn
Oh. Well, that can take you to the lantern planet.
Space cows?
Yeah, and they're all wearing Batman or capes. They're just called bat cows.
Fat cows.
But anyway.
You know, it's her
Oh, boy.
anniversary of her death. Today.
Oh, I know, buddy. Oh boy. More zombie stuff. What's the topic? Oh boy. Okay. They're putting zombies on Call of Duty Mobile.
What if they freaking put zombies in like a Mario game or something?
That would be cool, but weird at the same time. And if there'd be zombies, I don't know if they would just be a bunch of Mario villains as zombies, or Mario.
Well, does Dry Bowser count as a zombie?
I don't know. Or just Dry Bones. And Dry Bones is like basically a Koopa, but a skeleton.
Dead, I guess. Get out of here.
Stop! You sent us back.
Well,
and the Re-Deads on Ocarina of Time.
those used to scare the shit out of me when I was a kid. Jeez.
I know, I would hate being young adult Link.
Just walking through the freaking village or whatever. I forgot what village that is.
The higher...
I think it's just called Castletown or something like that. But anyway, you just walk through, and then I hated that the camera would stop and you would freeze in your track while the thing stands up and screams at you.
It's because they scare Link so much.
Whenever
he freezes.
It scares him so much. It scared me a lot. I remember one time that happened and I just turned it off. Or whenever I go to play on Erica's profile, I went to go play on hers.
On Kyle.
Yeah, she was adult Link, and she was in the Temple of Time. Whatever, I would just turn it off because I knew the only way to get out of the Temple of Time was...
I would usually turn down the volume too before I'd go through there. I would just turn it down all the way. Just mute it.
It would still scare me, just the way that they looked and everything. I don't know, maybe that was just me.
No, they scared a lot of people.
I don't know what they expected to accomplish. That's one of the best games, though. I mean, Ocarina of Time. It's like, I think everybody should get a chance to play it. I don't understand why Cody doesn't really like it, but it's a freaking good game.
Yeah, Caden likes Majora's Mask better. I don't.
I don't understand how. I'm a freaking idiot. I don't know. Do you know what the other guys like Joey and Reginald? Which Zelda game do they like?
Joey's almost played through the whole game of Ocarina of Time. I don't know which one he would like better. Reginald, he doesn't really play Zelda games.
He played Breath of the Wild, though, didn't he?
Yeah, he played through that. And he did play Ocarina of Time, but he said it's been a long time. So he doesn't remember.
See, I kind of wish they had Re-Deads in freaking Breath of the Wild.
That would be cool, though.
You know, face them when I'm older. Probably still be scared of them.
if they had like a graveyard area on that.
Not only do they look scary, but they freaking... Or not only do they sound scary, but they look scary to me.
That's something they were missing from Kakariko Village, was the graveyard.
With Dompe.
Yes.
He's actually in well, he died in Ocarina of Time. Right? He was a ghost. Do you remember him being a ghost?
I think so.
That's... I mean, a ghost, zombie, I mean, they're close enough.
You can fly around this whole wicked world as someone who can fly.
I found a freaking chicken.
Beast Boy can fly. He can turn into a bird. You have to turn back into Beast Boy and jump twice, and he can fly.
I don't know how you... There it is. Found a chicken.
Jeez.
105.
But, oh dang it.
This is kind of a hard topic, I think. So, why don't we could just change it to talk about anything and everything? Because, I don't know. Have you ever heard Chris D'Elia's podcast at all?
No, not really.
That's pretty much what he does. It's just him and a mic, and then he doesn't even know what he's going to talk about whenever he starts.
So what does he name the videos?
He names the videos after he makes them. So whatever comes out the most, or whatever he thinks is
The most interesting.
the most funniest thing, or whatever, he'll just make that his top era, the title, I guess. He's got the best podcast, but freaking Joe Rogan, he's like in like the thousands of podcasts, just interviewing a bunch of people. Good God.
Yeah.
When is he gonna stop? Get back to Fear Factor already.
Go wrestle a couple of hoops.
What is the scariest zombie you've ever seen?
Scariest
To
zombie?
you, scariest zombie, anything.
When I was a little kid, I was really afraid of The Walking Dead. Even that Talking Dead parody thing. But,
Oh, even the bad lip reading on the Walking
yeah.
Dead?
I was afraid of that too when I was a little kid.
Oh, dang it.
I'm only 18, so I was like...
I don't know when it came out. When did it come out? 2010?
Probably, so that means I was like 9. I don't know. It just scared me.
It's okay. I was older, but like what scared me a whole lot was freaking I think it's the first episode where what's that dude's name? The dude that uses the staff.
Morgan,
yeah. When his wife went up to the door of his house and was jiggling the doorknob and just looking through. That scared the hell out of me when I was a kid.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, like I'm 21 now, but I was like 11 back then.
Yeah.
But even still, you have stupid irrational fears when you're 11.
Yeah, I used to, like how I slept on the top bunk bed, I used to sleep really close against the wall so zombies wouldn't be able to reach me. Oh, sorry. No, they could literally just go around the bed and reach my legs.
You don't put a lot of thought into these kind of things whenever you're a kid. You just find something that comforts you, I guess. I don't know. I did stupid stuff like that too.
I'd be under the blanket even though it would get really freaking hot.
Dad said when he was a kid, he used to sleep with the blanket around his neck so vampires couldn't get him. Do you remember him telling you that?
Yeah, they could just remove it. It's not like vampires are dumb like zombies. And plus, why would he be scared of that? Vampires can't enter his home anyways. You had to invite them.
That's true.
Unless Grandma just opened the door and just invited them in.
Why the hell does Green Lantern need a jet?
But why would you be afraid of getting bit by a zombie? Or a vampire? It'd be cool to be a vampire.
Yeah, but eventually, living forever, you're just going to want to die. I'm only 21 and I want to die.
Oh, no way. Sundays. I don't know. I like to live for a while, but yeah, I eventually just decide to go out in the sun.
You'd see how much. Well, then that's killing yourself.
I know.
Which is wrong.
I don't think vampires even go there.
Why wouldn't they?
I'm just kidding. Depends on if they're good. I don't know.
Yeah, what if they got bitten on accident?
But I forgot what show or movie or something it was. But if you're a vampire, you can't go to heaven at all.
You said you're all caught up with Preacher, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
I finished it.
These are a little bit of spoilers for the three of you that are listening.
The AMC show Preacher. We're gonna get into some spoilers and well. I don't know. We won't be able to tell you when we're done if you meet this.
Yeah, if you're for real, like one of the. It's been around for a while. It's not as watched as I think it should have been because it was a really good show.
I tried to get my friends to watch it, but they never would.
Yeah, me too. The only person we got to watch it was Caleb, and he liked it. But now he's stalling because he'd rather play Fortnite than to sit down and watch the show. It had a really good ending. It just ended. And anyway, like Cassidy, he got bit on accident. Like some vampire just jumped out of that river or whatever.
Yeah, apparently that's how it happened in the comics, according to Cody.
Bit him. Yeah. Also, I want to say that I didn't see that coming from Seth Rogen and Evan Goldberg. That show.
Yeah.
It's freaking good.
I wish that we would have more clarity between Cassidy's and Jesse's relationship.
Yeah. But with the way he was talking at the end, that, you know, they were all fine.
It took me a while to find out that was their daughter.
Yeah, I know. That was kind of lazy to me.
Yeah.
Seeing that.
They could have just hired some other girl actress to play her.
Somebody
Why would she look exactly like her mom?
Yeah.
Spot on. No difference though.
Well, I don't know. Did she have the curly hair? I don't remember.
I mean, they both had, or Jesse kind of had curly hair. Oh, dang it. Let's talk about Chuck. Oh, it's just because he pulled out Shazam.
I wasn't even thinking about that. That's another show that I don't think a lot of people know about either. They should. It's freaking good.
He still was referenced in The Office.
Wait, what?
You remember that?
What?
In The Office, they referenced Chuck.
Did they?
They were talking about Chuck. Their store was sponsored by the show Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
And they had that cardboard cutout of Chuck.
No, I don't remember that. Of course, I haven't seen all of The Office.
Oh, you might not have made it.
Is it towards the later season?
Yeah, it's after Michael left.
Oh, yeah, no, I haven't made it to that.
Oh, wait. I don't remember if it is once Michael left.
It's not the same.
It might be.
Without Michael. I don't like it when shows do that.
I know. They remove their main character.
He struck it big. He played Hammy. He got a chance to play Hammy.
And over the edge, oh boy. Gotta get that game.
What was it with like freaking like back in like the early 2000s, early and mid 2000s? They thought every single movie that they made, they have to make a game about it. They have to.
I know. One thing I wish they would make a Toy Story 4 game.
Yeah.
Those games are great. I played all three of them, and they're pretty good.
What is your favorite movie game?
Probably those. Maybe those, or maybe. Dang. Can't think of any other movie games that I really play.
Yeah, that's kind of tough. If you want to count World War Z as one, I guess.
A Bug's Life.
The B-movie you said?
The B-movie game, that's a good one. I'm going to play through that next, since I finished Shark Super Slam, which I haven't even released the last video of that yet. But I finished it. But I think for our Halloween special, I'm probably going to play the Monster House game for the GameCube.
Oh my god. There is a Monster House game?
Yeah. I think it's on the GameCube. It's on the PS2, so it should be on there.
Do you remember the freaking Jimmy Neutron game we had on the computer?
The PC game? I don't even remember what it was called.
Freaking know what to do on there at all. It was such a weird freaking game.
And there was that area that wouldn't even generate, right?
Yeah. We had a...
It was all messed up.
Let's see. My favorite experience, probably, with a video game... Or with a movie video game was probably when you put the Robots DVD into the Xbox.
The main Robots game is fun too. But that was a racing game. A Robots game where you race in those little ball things.
I like
Robot
that.
City. It's pretty fun. It was like, it looked... And then, God dang it, what was the game called? Fusion Frenzy tried to copy them. With the sumo minigame.
I wonder which one came out first. There's a lot of hidden gems in those freaking kinds of games. Movie video games. Because I remember when Madagascar, before it even came out, they had it set up at Walmart to play. On the PS2, I believe. And I just sat there, I was playing it for a long time. And then I remember I got really upset because I didn't know how to switch my character because I really wanted to be Melman.
This won't be a giraffe.
Yeah.
Oh, dang it.
Well, I remember it too. Another one that they had a Rock Band game set up at Walmart, and I was playing the drums on it because as a kid, I really wanted to learn how to play drums. Anyway, I was just playing it, playing the drums, and then someone told me one of the workers went up to me and told me to stop because I was hitting it too hard. I guess, and then they closed it after that. Every time we went back, it was just closed. I don't know if I broke it or not.
Oh, dang it. I'd say the best game I've ever played at a store like that was Smash Bros. Brawl. That was the first time I've ever played it, and I played as King Dedede first.
Sure.
It was at a GameStop, or no, I think it was a Game Exchange. Because we used to go to Game Exchange all the time, and that's where Dad would get his new controllers and stuff like that for his Xbox.
Remember Monkey Ball?
Mm-hmm.
That?
We have videos of that.
I never went out to play that game. Like, honestly, like okay. I never bought the game. I've never played a physical copy of it. I've only played it at McDonald's. There was a McDonald's with a GameCube in it. And N64 and all that. Yeah, so I was just playing it on there. How do you go? There we go. Yeah. Do you remember the McDonald's with all that in it?
Yeah, I've been to one. I've never been to one with N64 though. They only had GameCube and stuff like that. They never. I was too young, or I wasn't old enough to see the ones with the N64s.
I guess. I don't know. I just remember being like pretty young. I was born in 1998, and so that's. I guess that was peak of the popularity, but I didn't, I was never old enough to cohere to anything. What was going on around me, going into McDonald's, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember the GameCube one. I think Double Dash was on it.
Yeah. Oh, I think, actually, for real, that you did go to one that had a N64 in it, but it was broken.
Oh, yeah, I remember some of the screens being off.
Like,
I remember it was just a square with consoles on each side.
Mm-hmm. Maybe you could see the N64. I saw the N64 logo. I saw that, but the controller was missing.
Remember, that's why I wanted to go for my birthday. Was to one of those
Just to play
McDonald's with the
games.
video games in there. Which they still had it for a while.
I wonder if that one in Tulsa is still there.
I didn't get to go. Oh boy. And I was promised one of those little ATVs and I never got one.
Oh, dang it.
Because our neighbor had one and I wanted one.
Well, actually, Star Wars. I mean, have you played any Star Wars games that are based off of the movies? Because you got like Lego Star Wars, Lego Indiana Jones, Lego Harry Potter. Those are still movie-based games.
Yeah, Lego Star Wars is the best one out of all the Lego games, I think.
I think it goes Lego Star Wars for me. And then, because I have the most memories with that one. And then probably Lego Indiana Jones was the next one I played. And then Lego Marvel Superheroes was good too. This one's shit.
I like this one.
I'm on there.
You can go through any of the lantern planets. Purple lanterns, blue lanterns.
See, there's also like Lego Jurassic Park. I don't know, they've made like some that don't even make sense to me why they would do that. Like the Lego Harry Potter game was kind of crap.
I never played it. I saw Caden play it though. I was like, yeah, it's okay.
The movies are pretty good, but the freaking, I don't know.
The Quidditch game on the GameCube. Apparently that's a bad, terrible game. They just have a Lego or a Harry Potter Quidditch game.
Actually, I can attest that the worst game based on a movie was E.T. for the NES, or was it for the NES or was it for the Atari?
It was for the Atari.
Yeah, that. I remember that. I've never played it, but I hear so many people talk about it.
I wonder if Dad ever had it.
I wouldn't doubt it.
It was so dumb. It had nothing to do with E.T. but the E.T. sprite.
Yeah, even then it looked like it had some problems.
Oh boy. You guys ready to end this? Or... I'm just kidding.
Are you guys ready to end this or what?
Well, Robot Man's technically a zombie.
Is he? I don't know a whole lot about him.
His whole body was destroyed except for his brain, and that was put into a robot.
I remember I gave you that Robot Man before
Yes.
Doom Patrol came out.
No, Sierra gave that to me for Christmas. That night we stayed in David Wishman's old house.
Are you sure?
Yeah, the night before.
I thought she gave it to me, and then I lost the top part in his head.
No, I lost the top part at the
okay.
old house at the trailer, and now I don't know where it's at. And I remember I had him standing up on that shelf where I had all those Toy Story stickers.
You had Toy Story stickers everywhere. You had them all over your Wii.
I had an obsession with Toy Story when I was a kid.
Yeah.
It was great though. I love the games.
Just like Cody had an obsession with Mickey Mouse, and then Winnie the Pooh, and then SpongeBob.
Sierra with Barney. I liked Barney as a kid too, but I wasn't obsessed
I
with
was
it.
straight up Bible Man, dude.
Oh boy.
Did they make any Bible Man games? I feel like they did.
They might have. They have a Larry Boy game on the PS2.
That was the rumor weed.
And it's on the Game Boy Advance as well. I have the Game Boy Advance version, but the PS2 version looks much better.
Oh yeah, we talked about this earlier, the Peter Jackson King Kong for the Game Boy Advance.
That one's better on the PS2 as well.
That game, on
And
the
the
Game Boy
Xbox.
Advance, me and Cody first got it for Christmas. Shout out to Barbara Humboldt. But,
I remember playing it in that house they were building.
but yeah, we were playing it. I just remember it being so freaking hard. And then, do you remember when we all stayed at Crestwood Suites?
Yeah.
And then my room was in the closet? Do you remember that?
Yeah, with Hector. Oh boy.
Yeah, I forgot until
Oh.
just now.
And, yeah, remember when you, it was just me and you up there? We were the only two awake, and we were just flipping through the channels.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to, dang it. What was the movie called? It was a horror movie. Children of the Corn. You switched the channel and that was on?
Mm-hmm.
When it showed one of the dead kids? That scared me. That scared me
I
so
don't
much.
remember that happening.
You don't remember that?
No.
I just remember it because it scared the crap out of me. You had the remote flipping through the channels. And you got the Children of the Corn and it showed one of the dead kids
Did I just leave it on there?
for a little bit.
Just like,
It
well.
was like, it wasn't right on a dead kid when you started. You were trying to find out what it was, and then it showed a dead kid. It's like, oh dang it! That scared me a lot.
Just stole this.
I guess it didn't scare you.
I guess not, because I don't even remember that happening.
I was even scared of that part on Holes where it would show the dead people that Kiss and Kate Barlow killed.
What scared me in that movie is when she had that lizard bite her.
That's what I was gonna say too. Next, that scared me too. Oh dang it! I guess we could just say what this video or this podcast is about. What scared us as kids.
I guess. Kind of.
We know we were scared of some of Ray Charles' songs too.
Oh dang it! When we saw him live, and secretly, like deep down, I didn't want him to play that song, even though like it wasn't gonna show anything scary. He just screwed around playing guitars in for a while.
Yeah, Ray Charles is a basically a country or folk kind of singer. He does a lot of funny songs,
he does gospel songs and funny songs, stuff like that.
There was one called "Keeping Up with the Dead."
Which is weird because I just talked about this to Dad too yesterday.
It scared the crap out of us. We were both kids when we saw that. Everyone was kids when they saw that.
I would just watch the video, and then because we watched it so much that I memorized like when that was going to come up, and I would just watch up to that point and then turn it off. So I hardly got to see any of the ones that came after that because I was scared.
I would just press fast forward and turn around, and then turn around occasionally to see what part it was on. But yeah, it was called "Keeping Up with the Dead." It was about like a church staying up with the dead guy in a casket at a funeral.
Back in the day, this is how it got brought up with me and Dad. He said that they used to have, instead of having a funeral at a church or whatever, they would have the funeral at someone's house, and they would just lay the casket out there and the church would provide folding chairs or tables or whatever you needed, and then the preacher would come to your house and, do the service there. So Dad was telling me about it, that they did that when he was a kid, and it scared him, and I was telling him about Ray Charles' song, and told him how much it scared me as a kid, and he was just laughing at me.
Yeah, I think it scared all of us. I don't know if it scared Cody and Sierra, but
it really struck me hard too.
Yeah.
Whenever he was running and then he fell into the hole, and then the town drunk dug the grave and he dug it too deep. And he's like, "You might as well come sit out here with me, boy, because you ain't getting out of here tonight." But I did.
You could easily get out of that. I think it was because he was drunk and he couldn't get out.
It had a lot of funny stuff to it.
Now that I'm watching it again, it's pretty funny.
And you just laugh about how stupid it was for you to be afraid of it.
Oh boy, what I was afraid of. The bear on VeggieTales.
What was that one even called?
The yodeling veterinarian of the apes.
Yeah.
God, the yodeling veterinarian of the apes. It was a silly song.
Yeah.
And there was a part where he has to help a bear, and it starts roaring, and that part scared me.
You would literally bawl your freaking eyes out.
He's doing a bear trap.
Also, another thing is when Colton was little, he would cry whenever we sang happy birthday to him.
Yeah, I thought the happy birthday song just sounded depressing. I don't know why. It just scared me.
See, it's not supposed to sound depressing until you get older and realize that, death is inevitable. It's coming soon.
As a little kid.
You just freaking 4 years old crying your eyes out.
I guess it was just everyone looking at me while they're singing.
You just don't really know what to do when it happens.
Yeah, and I always get uncomfortable when people stare at me, especially old group.
It'd be weird if they sing it like at a restaurant or whatever, and then people from other tables will look too, and then they'll sing along, and then at the end they'll clap. Like they don't even know you or know anything.
Yeah, hey, what about it?
I remember one time when I was a kid, it was my birthday, and we were at some restaurant, I don't remember, but this old couple was singing along to it, happy birthday or whatever, and then at the end, the old man just walked over the table and gave me $5. Didn't even know what that was. That's a nice thing to do, of course, but like it was just kind of weird for me as a kid. I think I was maybe 8.
That's more than we get from some of our family.
That's true. I think I remember. This is a kind of a testament to how bad birthday presents could be. Because one time, for my birthday, all I got was a comb from Dollar Tree, and that's it. Or no, it was a pack of 5 combs, and that's it. That was all I got. That was last year, actually.
It was last year?
Yeah, that's all I got from Cassie.
A pack of 5 combs?
Yeah.
You're not gonna need it soon. Yeah. Oh, I'm thinning too, buddy. You can see little patches there.
I'm not as thin as... my hair's not thinning as much. I think it did what it's gonna do, and then it's just gonna thin out slowly.
Mine probably too. Shampoo really can harm that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I stopped using shampoo. I haven't used shampoo for a while now.
A lot of freaking...
I just rinse out my hair.
Yeah, growing up as a kid, you would think that mom and dad would teach you what's the appropriate amount to use, because I didn't freaking know as a kid. I was just like...
I used to use a crap ton.
Yeah, just a freaking blob in my hand.
And also wearing hats all the time.
Mm-hmm.
We all wear hats, so that kind of doesn't help us. But also, then, since you brought up birthdays, what scared me was freaking Chuck E. Cheese animatronics.
Oh my god. I don't understand how those, like, stayed around that long. Those are freaking terrifying.
What scared me the most, or not, I don't know about the most, but what I really was interested by was the way they blinked so slowly.
Yeah. Or how, also, whenever they would get done singing and then the stage would just go black and then you just see them shut down and just staring off into the distance.
Yeah.
Or if you stand in front of them, you catch a glimpse into Chucky's eyes. It was just so freaking scary.
I think it was Chucky that scared me the most, too.
Yeah, probably me, too.
That's what Five Nights at Freddy's came from. That was kind of an annoying trend, though.
What?
Five Nights at Freddy's. I only liked the first game. I played through it, and then the rest of them were just kind of lame.
Yeah.
The second one was okay, the third one just kind of...
I freaking got you the, what was it? Which one did you get, the plush?
Golden Freddy.
The Golden Freddy.
Which is okay, he's on the first game, I like that game.
I didn't know what you guys were into.
Yeah, you know I played that game. I was playing through it at the time when you brought that to me.
Yeah.
Which I still like it, but I don't know.
See, I want to do another podcast and then we can talk about superheroes and stuff. That'd be dope. But more on to the topic about stuff that scared me when I was a kid. Freaking see, you would think we lived right across the street from a graveyard for a long time. For, what was it, like, maybe 5 years? Something like that?
Yeah, I hated going outside.
But that never scared me as a kid. What scared me is that the town was notorious for people conducting seances in that graveyard. So we would see them out there, just flashlights shining and whatever.
We used to live in a very small town in Kansas.
Yeah, called Udall, Kansas. It's got 2 gas stations and a restaurant that can never seem to stay open. It always changes.
Just open as something else.
Yeah.
Like 5 years later, and then it would just shut down in like a year.
There was a couple years where it just a couple restaurants cycled through there within a span of like a month or 2 months.
Well, mainly, I just remember when it was like a Mexican restaurant.
I remember it was home style cooking, and then it went to a country diner, and then it went to a barbecue, and then it went to Mexican, and it stayed Mexican for a little while. Then I think it got switched back to like a country style diner. It's like, what? Pick one.
I guess it's because it's such a small town, they don't get much business.
Yeah, plus, I mean, it's on Main Street, but the highway cuts right through the outskirts of the town, so there's no advertisements for it. So the only places people go to are right along the highway, which is the gas stations, right across the street from each other.
It's just like cars.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, but I don't think it's that severe.
Have gas.
The mayor at the time, my sister was dating the mayor's son at the time. And
the richest people in town.
The mayor just freaking made me laugh so much because, like, he had his own businesses and stuff. I guess he was like a millionaire, and he literally built his own private lake.
In the middle of the town.
In the middle of the town, he built his own little private lake, all fenced off, and all these nice trees planted everywhere. It's this big dock and this giant barn. And in this giant barn was just like his man cave or whatever. He had a bunch of different classic cars, like really cool cars.
And an arcade machine.
Yeah, and he also collected old cameras, I guess. It was insane. Like
TVs, a bar.
To be that
table.
To be that badass.
Just all those poor people in that town too. Yeah, for real. You just see that right next to the biggest church in the town. Oh, dang it.
His own freaking private lake. And then every year, while the town, you know, because most towns usually have their own 4th of July thing go on. Ours would go on too. They would have it out towards the airport. and then he would have his own little private show. So you just see these big freaking fireworks come out of that little lake area.
At least we got to go for free. You know,
yeah. Since my sister was dating his son at the time, we got in there.
We got into his house. We got into his man cave.
Yeah, we've been in his house, his man cave. We've seen a lot of stuff. I think that was the first time I really got up close with a horse. And
that steak was good that we had there. I remember that.
Remember it. They had Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
On a freaking, or was it Rock Band? Something like that. On a
what the younger brother was playing.
Big screen.
Yeah.
I
remember he faced off with Caden.
Had to have been Chris faced off with Caden?
No, the son, Ben's brother.
Aaron? Was it Aaron?
I don't know. So yeah, I think so. Sierra was all wanting me to be his friend, but we did not really at all.
Yeah.
Him being a rich kid, being this poor kid, always wanting to play outside. I don't anymore. I don't really go outside a whole lot.
I still like to. Yeah. If I had my own place, I'd go outside.
Especially when it's nice weather. Like, I was outside for a while.
But the situation I'm in right now, I mean, I don't really like leaving my room very much.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. With all those hoops all around the house. No. Oh yeah, we can only record up to an hour, and then we can start another recording. It'll combine them into one.
Oh my!
It just only lets us record one full thing for an hour.
Were you heat wave?
Huh?
Is that heat wave or firestorm?
That's firestorm.
Firestorm, yeah.
Firestorm, pretty cool.
Another thing that scared the hell out of me when I was a kid is you, whenever you stepped on that bee outside. It's like that made me not want to go outside.
It wasn't just one bee. I stepped on one bee and then got attacked by a swarm on my only after my foot for some reason. Just one foot. And then when we got the slide, there was one bee under my foot. That's why I'll never wear open-toed shoes again.
I don't know wear open-toed shoes again because my freaking feet are gross.
I don't like open-toed shoes anyways.
Which is...
I don't like them on anyone. I don't like it when people wear them. It just looks weird.
My dad wears them.
I don't care if people wear them, but I don't necessarily
also
like
don't do it.
Don't freaking do it around me or else.
If you do it around me, I swear to God. Dang it.
Oh boy.
I was too scared to go back outside for a while after that happened. I used to have this thought that no matter what, if I saw a bee, it would see me and immediately attack me out of nowhere. That's what I always thought they were going to do.
Yeah, when I would see a bee, I'd either freeze up or run away. And then they'd just be like on a flower, like, why is he running? I think that bee only stung me because I stepped on it, and then the other one still saw it, and it was just attacking me, I guess. I remember I got stung by that wasp on the jungle gym at the church. And that's when I finally got one of those flower suckers. Remember those?
Flower suckers? Like
from the potter's plants with the long sticks.
Oh, yeah.
Mom would always, they would be like, whoever bees the best or whatever gets one of these at the end of class. I never got one.
Yeah, we were freaking terrible.
I remember Beth would always get them out of everyone. She would always freaking get them.
Yeah. It was it was like our parents' own class, but we were just jerks.
They probably didn't want to pick us too because they might think they're being biased.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just really wanted one for a long time. I thought they looked good. And
they wouldn't even let us have them at home. They only costed like $1 or something like that at the time. So we couldn't even get them at home.
It was pretty good though. I liked it when I had it.
I think I just had it after Mom and Dad stopped doing potter's plants. They had some left over. I just ate one. I was like, this isn't really that good.
I think it was good to me as a little kid, I think, because it was one of those suckers that you get if you...
feeling of accomplishment.
I wasn't really that bad in their class. So.
But it would be like, you're talking too much or something like that all the time.
I sure do miss that class.
Me too.
It sucks too, because I wanted to be a part of a good youth group too for a while. I never got to be one.
Yeah. See, I've always wanted to too, but we moved away when that happened. So what I pretty much did was just go to church here.
Cody's really the only one that got to.
Cody, Sierra.
Yeah, Sierra too.
Probably Joseph and Erica too, now that I'm thinking about it more. But
we're talking about our other siblings, by the way.
mm-hmm.
It's kind of into personal stuff, I guess. Oh boy, stuff that scared us. Oh, dang it.
Our pastor used to scare us.
Pastor Lyle?
Yeah.
I wasn't afraid of Pastor Todd. Well, I guess kind of when he got mad, but other than that, no. But...
You know those kinds of people to where like you just look at them, you're like, I know you freak the hell out when you get pissed.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember being in Pastor Lyle's library in his basement by myself.
They didn't even have any lights down there.
Shortly after he died, there was no lights down there.
Or at least in the library area, there was in the other parts.
That was shortly after he passed away, and I remember there's like a picture of him down there too.
Yeah.
It's like a painting or something like that. That scared me. Being down there in his library. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I remember. One thing, I don't know why, but I don't really cry when I hear that someone passed away.
Yeah.
Neither does
I know I do. I'm still a baby. Dude, I don't care.
Cody doesn't either. Me and Cody are a lot alike. It's like sometimes I'm like, why am I not crying or whatever? But I don't know.
You think you got something wrong with you for not crying?
It's like I really love that person or stuff like that, but I don't know why I just don't cry.
Pretty much, I'm just like, it's better than keeping it all in for myself. I know I'm a natural crier, so we'll just do it. Shut up.
Drop in your vape.
I'll just cry either way.
So we don't get demonetized, even though we're not monetized. He doesn't have anything bad in his vape.
It's just crack. That's it. So if Reginald freaks out,
it's legal because we're in the desert.
It's just crack.
We're recording this in the middle.
We're recording this in international waters, so. I don't really know the whole meaning of what international waters is. Like 100%, like because
no one really owns them.
Yeah, but
they're shared across the nations, and they all have to make agreements on what happens with them.
But there still needs to be some kind of consequences for something that happens, right? In international waters. But
yeah, like how China dumps all their stuff in the ocean.
Yeah, the people talk about how like you can get away with anything. You can murder somebody out there, and there'd be no consequences because it's international waters.
Mm.
I don't get that.
Not even all nations have murder laws.
That's true.
It's like, oh dang it! So who the heck's supposed to do it?
What's really weird to think about too is the Indian tribes that are still out there.
Cannibal ones?
Yeah, like cannibals and stuff. They're just like savages. Nothing against cannibals, but so I don't know if there's any cannibals listening to this podcast, but nothing against you guys.
I mean, the Cinnamon Toast Crunches are cannibals, so...
That's true. I think, were there any, like, mascots that scared you as a kid?
Chuck E. Cheese, mainly?
Well, besides Chuck E. Cheese.
Not really. I'm sure if I saw the actual Barney costume in real life, that would scare me. But I never did. Oh, I remember... Oh, what was it? God dang, what was that place?
Al's Toy Bar?
Holy crap. I don't even remember where it was, but we went inside and there was like someone wearing a Mickey Mouse costume. It was like a really good like mascot type costume.
Like a convention?
Yeah.
Because we went to a convention one time, and I forgot what it was, but there was...
I can't remember. I know there were cartoon character costumes that people were wearing.
I think that's the same... That's from the video of me and Cody in the airplane.
I'm
pretty sure that's the same place, because I remember Cody knocked Pooh Bear's head off. There was a guy dressed in a Pooh Bear costume, and Cody just ran up and knocked his head off just to see the stupid look on that guy's face after that happened.
I mainly just remember the Mickey Mouse costume, but there were more. I know I remember seeing more cartoon characters, but yeah, this guy Cameron went to a flight simulator with our older brother Cody. And got a VHS player, and there was some fat kid that was running it. I remember that kid too. He was in the video.
Forever immortalized. You could never think, like, I wouldn't even know, like, where to begin to try to contact that guy.
Just try to find him now.
Try to find him? Jeez.
It's like, what would you do if you found out that he was, like, the #1 pilot in America?
What if we find out what if we find out it was, like, a freaking, like, a young Taylor Lautner or something like that? Just, like, someone who's really famous.
He just brings up that, and I remember I had to run a flight simulator. That was my job as a kid, and everyone treated me like crap.
Everyone treated me like crap.
Till now.
It's like, I remember this one fat kid thought he was trapped in there. Because I did. I got scared. I thought I was trapped.
You guys are saying you're going to fly to McDonald's?
Yeah. Because they were going to fly to McDonald's. That's a true testament for American obesity. Your first thought of getting into an airplane is just wanting to fly to McDonald's.
I remember being obsessed with McDonald's, mainly because of their toys.
Yeah, they used to have killer toys back then.
No, they used to have crap. I'm just kidding. I like when they have Mario or Nintendo stuff.
Yeah.
Those seem to be high quality, usually.
Or the freaking, just like the games that they had, like the Crash and Spyro and
when they
Sonic.
Remember when they had the Xbox 360 handheld thing? When the Xbox 360 first came out?
Yeah.
The crap first version of the Xbox 360 that broke for everybody.
Yeah.
I remember when Keith first got one.
Me
Our
too.
cousin Keith first got
Shout out to Keith.
he first got an Xbox 360. Oh yeah, speaking of zombies again, when he got Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare, I wasn't allowed in his room. Dad wouldn't let me in there. And now I play it all the time, and the zombies are missing heads half the time, and it's all glitchy.
That was a fun game, though.
It was fun. So it wouldn't. I remember this one time it wouldn't let me progress for the longest time in the game because it was stuck on one part.
Yeah.
And it finally worked.
Yeah, the game just kept freezing.
Yeah, or like those. You know how you have to get a spitter zombie for that film guy?
Yeah.
None of them would spawn like they're supposed to in a certain place where he told me to go to get one.
Yeah.
One spawned and then I accidentally killed it.
Were you supposed to rope him and then
Yeah.
put him on the horse?
Yeah. But I think I accidentally ran over him and I had the flaming horse, so it caught it on fire. And he died.
Another irrational fear when I was a kid was freaking, what is it? Okay, this is completely irrational. And when I say this, you're just gonna be like, "What the heck?" But Donkey Kong 64, the load up screen.
Yeah.
Whenever the song started out, I don't know why it scared me, but it did.
When he jumped into the water?
No.
Oh wait. What?
The song.
The DK rap?
Yeah, the DK rap.
That scared
me
you?
as a
Why?
kid.
Because it was dark?
I guess it was just loud. It would just
I
go
love
like
the
okay, and then just start off with the monkeys doing their thing, and then it'd be like, here we go. It just scared me.
I always thought that was like the coolest thing ever.
Yeah, it was.
Like,
I learned. I knew it was cool. Like I was like, this is really freaking cool or whatever. They're all dancing, and then Chunky's hilarious for like coming out with a
for
like
a wig,
a 70s
disco
outfit or whatever. But I don't know why. I'm just like, it scared me.
I was most scared of King K. Rool in that game, and his laugh whenever you'd get shut in the boss room. That's the same laugh. The laugh was in 007.
Just was it like sped up or
Yeah,
something?
it was slowed down for DK64. And then whenever you save and quit, you just go to get that King K. Rool game over screen. He's just laughing in his chair and then blows up the DK Island.
Yeah.
Which is cool. That's cool now because that's his final smash in Smash Bros. Yeah, you see the King K. Rool tower right across from DK Island, and that laser shoots it. Like he throws you inside of DK Island, which is cool. Reference to DK64 finally.
Yeah, they need to do something with that because that's a loved game by a lot of people.
Yeah.
Like it's just kind of sitting, just like as a memory for everybody. Like just do an HD remake. Just don't like mess up the formula or whatever. Keep it the same. Actually, you know what? They could like put that one of the banana coins like to where you can see it. You know what I'm talking about?
Which one?
There was a banana coin, I think, in like the mushroom place, and it's just like hidden in the tall grass, and speedrunners couldn't find it or whatever for the longest time, and somebody finally discovered that it was.
We gotta go on break. We'll be right back. Alright, it is time for another Reginald rant. And this time, Reginald is ranting about the Sonic the Hedgehog movie.
Oh God. Where do you want me to start with that? Like, the bad stuff that I know of?
Yes.
Okay, they did good on some parts, but Sonic, no, God. Make him cartoon. He was meant for cartoons, not a live-action mythical creature that nobody knows what he is. He moves at speeds faster than, like, Flash, apparently, in this, and gives no care in the world, which is his thing. I get that, but the fact that Eggman didn't use his classic robots that have sentientness to go after him. Instead, he went after him himself, like using drones kind of thing, which was stupid. Dr. Eggman's entire thing was getting the Chaos Emeralds to go back to destroy Sonic and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, not only that is... it's the fact that they also had someone other than the character Chris, who was the little kid who saved Sonic in the cartoon, Sonic X and whatnot, but he literally doesn't have that character in the movie, which was a main part of the entire thing, was them trying to help him find the Chaos Emerald so he could go home. Character development later, they all liked each other, they didn't care if he went home or not. So,
how would you feel if people started making OC characters using that design? Using that style?
Okay. Is that now the topic of this Sonic rant? Okay. If people started using that, that's their own thing. Okay? Just don't drag other people who don't like it into it, and don't force their thought process of, oh hey, this actually looks pretty good, I'm gonna use it. Here, you should use this too. You might like it. If they don't like it, then you're kind of screwed. You might have just lost somebody that you talked to. But that's just... no. Why would you do an OC in a live-action version if you're do it in cartoon better?
And how would you feel if the only side character they put in there was Big the Cat?
I wouldn't care if they put Big the Cat in there.
But just only him over all the other characters?
Would he have Froggy?
Maybe.
Maybe? Just maybe.
Just either way.
If he had Froggy, I'd be okay with it. Because that was Big the Cat's thing, was he liked fishing and he had a friend named Froggy.
Who kept trying to run away from him.
Yeah. I actually liked Big the Cat as a character. He was kind of like that one person that you see that gives you a random side quest in a game that you'll see randomly doing stupid crap throughout the entire game.
Yeah, I never hated Big the Cat. I always thought he was hilarious, but a lot of people seem to hate him.
To each their own, I guess. But yeah, that I wouldn't care if Big the Cat was in the movie. Like, he was a great character in the cartoon. He did his own thing. He stayed out of people's way. Not much really happened with him.
No, obviously, he's not the side character you want to be in there the most, though.
Knuckles would probably be better, but in my opinion, as a side character in that.
Yeah.
since Knuckles was actually in the cartoon one of the people who did raids on Dr. Eggman's lab and all this other stuff. Because Dr. Eggman was stealing the Chaos Emeralds, which Knuckles was in charge of protecting.
Yeah, but also what you said earlier about Eggman coming out to hunt Sonic, you're right, he doesn't do that, he lets Sonic come to him.
Yeah, that was one of the main things in the cartoon that I liked, was that he actually went in somewhere else to go create evil so that Sonic would have to go to him.
Yeah.
So, for all of you out there that may or may not like my original rants, I don't really care. This is my opinion. My opinion does not mean it's fact. It means this is my thought process, here you go, take it as you will. I don't care about the movie. The movie, in my opinion, I didn't go see it. I really didn't. I saw trailers for it, I saw how it...
It's not out yet.
The Sonic movie?
No, because they had to redesign the character.
Right. I saw the trailers
So
for
delayed.
it. Yeah, I don't plan on going to see it.
Maybe we'll have to do this again once the redesign is out.
Oh. Let's not.
I hope it looks better.
There was a book.
What?
There was a book?
No, I said I hope it looks better.
Oh. I mean, even if there was a book, it probably would be better.
At least you wouldn't have to see that horrid thing.
Right? You could imagine whatever you wanted out of it.
Yeah.
Unlike that unholy monstrosity called Sonic that they thought of. Which wasn't Sonic.
It looked like somebody just barely getting into CGI.
Right?
Someone who just barely learned how to do it.
Like CGI crossed with a show called like Face Off, which is like a makeup design thing, where you sit there, the people sit there and work on their people with the makeup and whatnot. They make an entire bodysuit for this kind of stuff.
Oh, beans.
I would watch that show over this movie. All day, every day. So...
If the redesign looks better, would you go see it?
Maybe. I'm not gonna say for sure, because a lot of these live actions that people have been that have been coming out have been somewhat okay, but in my opinion, some of those should have just been left as cartoons.
Especially the Disney ones.
Yeah, like
that's what made them different.
Like Genie, the whole Aladdin thing was great.
The CGI muscles.
He did the Disney version, the cartoon one, was great. I love Robin Williams, but the fact that they did a live action version of it with Will Smith. Will Smith was actually very cautious about stepping on too many boundaries that Robin Williams had put up himself. Because that was originally Robin Williams' role, and Will Smith was very cautious because he didn't want to, like, step on too many things and, like, disgrace do worse than Robin Williams and then have to have someone else come in and do it for him. He wanted to, like, give hope to the name and whatnot. So, yeah, a few of those did good, but they should have been left as cartoons, in my opinion. They would have been better off as cartoons, like they were. So, no, I probably won't go see the new Sonic movie, even if the remastered version of Sonic is better.
I probably will go see it. I see a lot of movies.
I do too, but...
Even bad movies. Yeah, did you watch Detective Pikachu?
Not yet, but I've seen enough to tell that it was actually good, but some of them were strange. Like, they didn't portray the Pokemon in how I envisioned it to be. Like, some of them were good, like Pikachu did great.
Yeah.
But other ones, not so much.
Yeah, they took more of a...
Too realistic.
Realistic, modern type of Pokemon take. I don't know.
It was supposed to the way that they portrayed the Pokemon, as in like their images and whatnot, was more of like showing how in Pokemon it could be fearful and whatnot, and that's not what Pokemon was about. It was about going on an adventure, collecting them all and whatnot.
There were some scary Pokemon, and some of them would try to attack humans, but it wasn't that violent.
Some of them are were to that point. Like, their Pokedex entries are at that, to where they were meant to do that kind of stuff. That's what they're there and doing.
Yeah,
it's not a bad thing for them to do that.
And they are wild animals.
Yeah, it's their world, actually.
Yeah.
The humans only evolved into it and built upon it, so the Pokemon actually have good reason to try and take it back.
Alright, well, I think that's enough for our Reginald rants.
Alright.
This episode. We're recording this at a different time, so Cameron isn't here. But this is going in the same episode. We'll see you bean buns later.
Alright, see you guys. Stay cool.
Okay, we are back. So you were explaining about the N64 or DK64 coin that they discovered recently. I remember seeing a video about that, but I didn't watch the video.
I didn't say anything about it.
You were explaining where it was.
No, it was in like...
I probably won't find it for a while.
I was watching a video on speedruns, and somebody said that it's gone unnoticed for a long time. Like, people thought that the developers just left it out of the game or whatever for a long time. And yeah, so then someone recently discovered that it was in the tall grass.
It's weird too that no one even thought to check through the game's files or anything.
I'm pretty sure that's how they found it, or whatever. It doesn't get a lot of traction, that game. I don't know why.
Yeah, I know. I remember.
That's Rare's best title to me.
We have a friend of the Dry Ice guys. His name is Hunter. He was the one that was helping us make the Carlos versus Scott game.
Like an idiot.
Not Hunter. Not Duncan.
I know.
This is a different Hunter. He's a lot cooler. He already graduated. He graduated last year. But anyways, he hates some stuff without even trying it.
So does he hate Donkey Kong?
He was saying kind of negative stuff about it, like saying it had a bad game design just because
this kid live.
He saw that video, Donkey Kong 64 bad game design or whatever. I forgot who it was about.
Oh yeah,
it didn't make any sense because I remember one part on that video. I just watched it again so I can see what he said because I'm playing through Donkey Kong 64 again. Well, again, but I'm restarting my profile because it got deleted.
That's what you get.
Yeah, it's freaking
say?
Sierra's fiance's daughter who deleted it. And she came over here. But yeah, there was one part on that video where he was like talking about the toy factory. You know that kind of you have to climb that big area in there?
Yeah, the blocks.
No, not the blocks. It's not the first room you walk into, but the second room. Where you have all those switches. There's like a switch on each side. And there's like all that machinery that you have to climb, and there's that spinning thing on the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was saying that you have to climb that over and over if you fall down. You don't. There's a spawn point that takes you up there.
Yeah.
All you have to do is make it to the spawn point once, and you can warp up there.
Mm-hmm.
He said that it makes it difficult for parts you like this. It was talking about that part where you have to climb over. And
Banjo and Kazooie is notorious for that kind of stuff. That game is a collectathon. Yeah. Seriously.
So is DK64, and that's why they hated it, I guess.
But it makes it harder for Banjo Kazooie because you can't warp anywhere. You just gotta walk your happy ass to wherever.
Yeah, DK6. That's what I was trying to explain to my friend Hunter. He was like, well, it makes you collect stuff for different characters, he was telling me, and you have to go back and forth. I was like, not really. You have warp zones, and you have they have barrels, like, everywhere, where you can change your character. Or you usually don't have to go back that far to change your character.
Yeah.
They have them in like almost every room.
Even if there's none around, but there's like a Cranky's area, you can get one right next to that. Or
Yeah, they always have one near Cranky's lab.
Freaking. But yeah, I think Donkey Kong 64 executed that in a better way than other games. Honestly,
all their characters had their own personalities without even talking very much.
Yeah. Except
you knew Lanky Kong was the kind of funnier one.
mentally challenged.
And you Chunky was the fearful one.
They played the old gentle giant with Chunky, of course. Classic trope.
Yeah.
It made Donkey Kong seem cocky.
Donkey Kong. I always thought Donkey Kong was freaking cool in that game.
Yeah. Which Donkey Kong is a cocky character.
I love Donkey Kong.
And like everything.
Donkey Kong is probably the best Mario character. And Yoshi.
Yeah, I like Donkey Kong the most probably too. But for Mario Kart, it's gonna be Bowser for me. Mario Kart 64, usually
I
Bowser.
go with Donkey Kong, Wario, Yoshi. I love Wario too. Wario makes me laugh sometimes.
Yeah, it's freaking weird. Doesn't Waluigi stand for not Luigi?
I think so.
Hmm.
And then Wario just stands for bad Mario.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or no, Wa means bad, so it's just bad Mario and bad Luigi.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
Or
Wa in Japanese
wouldn't it
means
just
bad.
be bad Rio?
Bad Luigi. No.
Because it's Waluigi,
Yeah.
and then it's Wario, so
I guess they just
Bad
wanted to
Ar-
combine them just so they don't. Wa Mario. I don't know.
bad Rio. Rio 3, 2013.
That's the next Rio movie. It's
The next
live
Rio
action.
movie. It's just Wario dressed up in a bird
It's
costume.
live action. You just see Will.i.am dressed in a bird costume.
See Jesse Eisenberg painted blue. It's just really crappily done. He's just got like feathers taped to his head.
Oh, dang it. Oh. But, yeah, Donkey Kong 64 is one of the best games I have ever played.
That's what made me fall in love with Donkey Kong as a character more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me too.
That game especially.
His new voice just makes him seem like an idiot.
Yeah, his old.
I mean, he's supposed to be dumb, but that just I don't know, takes it.
It's pretty much
too
what his
much.
name means.
Yeah. But, it takes it too far. And the Donkey Kong Country show, oh boy.
Yeah. See. I'll even take his voice in that show over the voice that he has now. Just a that's a stupid voice for Donkey Kong. I think, at least.
It's just gorilla noises that are over the top.
Yeah.
And I would probably even prefer his Smash Bros voice, where he just straight up sounds like a real gorilla.
Yeah. Or in the Mario Kart 64.
Yeah, I forgot about those sounds. But dang it. Oh, I want to talking. Yeah, he wasn't even in the first Mario Kart game. It was just Donkey Kong Jr. in that game.
Yeah. Which I just watched a video on the family tree, the Kong family tree.
Oh yeah, and how Kiddy Kong is Chunky Kong's cousin.
Yeah.
I've
Or
seen
no,
that a long day ago.
Kiddy Kong is Chunky Kong's little brother.
Mm.
Donkey Kong is, I guess, what is
Diddy
he?
Kong's uncle, I know that.
Yeah. And
So who's
Cranky's Donkey Kong's grandpa. So does that mean Cranky? I'm pretty sure Cranky's Donkey Kong Jr., right?
Cranky was the original Donkey Kong.
I don't think so.
I don't. No.
Because
They said that in the Donkey Kong Country video when they were creating the game. There's a VHS that I watched. I don't have the actual VHS. I have the VHS for Diddy Kong Racing and Star Fox 64, but I don't have the Donkey Kong Country one.
Yeah, if you guys ever get the chance to watch the old promotional VHS tapes for like Nintendo games or whatever, They're always freaking hilarious. There's
Yeah.
not one that disappointed me.
In that Donkey Kong Country one, I don't know if you saw that. It said get Donkey Kong Country or you'll get Ebola. Something like that. That was before Ebola was even a big meme. When that was a meme in like 2015. But yeah, they said that Cranky Kong was the original Donkey Kong in that.
So does that mean?
I don't know who Donkey Kong Jr. was. He probably died.
Then I guess he's Donkey Kong's dad then, right?
It said it
isn't
was his
Cranky
grandpa.
His uncle? Or isn't Cranky his dad? Or his grandpa, God.
It said Cranky was his grandpa and Cranky was the original Donkey Kong. I don't understand really what the heck happened to Donkey Kong
So
Jr.
then, how old is Mario?
I don't know. He's an old man.
Does that mean then Donkey Kong should be Donkey Kong the Third, right?
Yeah, apparently. I don't know who the second is then.
It'd be Donkey Kong Jr.
Yeah, but he never grew up. Never shown him growing up or anything. Unless
Yeah.
that was the one in Mario versus Donkey Kong. They all look the exact same.
See, you can see that Donkey Kong, the one we know now, Donkey Kong the Third or whatever.
It's Cranky, I guess, because he was the evil one.
Donkey Kong is the only one to have the red tie because apparently the red tie is the highest honor for anyone in the Donkey Kong family, and he's the only one with it.
He's the king of Congo Bongo.
Yeah.
He's the big
Guardian
kahuna.
of the Crystal Coconut.
Yeah, he's the big kahuna. But in the games, he's the guardian of the bananas. But
Yeah.
in the movie, or in the show, he's the guardian of the crystal coconut that Cranky keeps in the worst spot ever.
Which there's only one Crystal Coconut, but in the game, Donkey Kong 64, they're freaking everywhere.
They're around every Candy Kong shop. Also, I don't understand why Cranky Kong keeps the crystal coconut in his house when Donkey Kong's supposed to be protecting it.
Yeah. And Donkey Kong lives towards the beach in the show, and
Yeah.
Cranky lives in the jungle. And if Donkey Kong's supposed to be protecting it, why didn't he keep it in the Temple of Inca Dinka too? 'Cause that was already a challenge for even Donkey Kong to get in there.
Yeah. And he did a Hoppet song.
Yeah.
That show did have a lot of good songs. That's why I've been remaking them with Google Translate.
God. Yeah. So, yeah, he's got the highest honor for any of the Kong family, which I'm not really sure, like, when he got it, and also I'm not sure why Cranky decided to be naked in the first Donkey Kong game, because he wears clothes now. Maybe he just had something mentally wrong with him. Just didn't wear clothes, kidnapped people, and then just threw barrels. He slimmed down quite a bit.
Yeah. And did you ever get Wario in Mario Kart Tour?
No, I don't think so.
I got him. He's pretty hooping.
I've kind of stopped playing that game a little bit. I hate how they trick you into thinking you're playing online, but you're not. They freaking...
They're just racing ranks. They don't really trick you. It's
They do!
pretty
They
obvious.
100% trick you.
I already knew that. They
Into-
try to trick you, but
Yeah, they try. Okay,
they
yeah.
announced that it wouldn't actually be
freaking-
multiplayer, so...
Yeah, but I raced against a bot named C3PO. Like, Nintendo doesn't even have the rights to that.
I raced against the one with the most generic name. It was this gamer.
Cody said he raced against someone named Gay. It's just Gay. That's
But,
it.
well, you're racing against other people's ranks. You're not racing against them. So you're racing against a computer with that person's rank.
And that person's name, I guess?
Yeah, I think it should be their name, actually.
I don't know.
It said it was someone else's rank you're getting.
Hmm.
But it's just a bot controlling their whatever rank they are.
I don't really know how that whole system works.
It just uses their best car, whatever their best car is, and whatever their best glider and wheels or whatever. Or not wheels.
I think it's just glider, car, and character.
Yeah, glider and character. Yeah, wheels is Mario Kart 8. And Wii.
Isn't the only Mario Kart game they have for DS Mario Kart 7?
No. Mario Kart DS. Mario Kart 7 is for the 3DS.
Oh, okay.
Mario Kart DS is held as one of the best Mario Kart games.
Really?
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's pretty fun. I like it.
The best Mario Kart game, in my opinion, is Mario Kart 64. You already know that. So many memories with that game.
I have the best memories with that game. I don't know which one's my favorite.
I like to associate which ones I have the best memories with. So, like, I have the best memories with Ocarina of Time. I might not have the best, whatever. Whenever you get into talking about Zelda games, it's so controversial with a lot of people. Ocarina of Time's the best, or freaking Breath of the Wild is trash, or whatever.
Majora's Mask, Breath of the Wild is... They just hate everything that's new. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I love new Nintendo games.
See, I thought I wouldn't like Breath of the Wild, but I freaking loved it.
I tried to tell you.
Sure.
I kept trying to get you to play it. I was telling you it was a really good game. It's like, I don't know. People just hate new games. I don't know why.
Yeah, I guess I fell victim to that.
Especially when it comes to Nintendo.
Yeah.
Because they have good memories with old games.
Because they also have to live up to people's expectations, and people just think they're not going to be able to.
Yeah.
Worst Mario Kart game, in my opinion, is Double Dash.
I love that game. It's not Mario Kart for the SNES? Or Super Mario Kart is what it's called.
That one's
or Mario Kart Super Circuit.
Okay. Actually, it might be the Mario Kart Tour.
I love Double Dash, actually.
Double Dash. I've only played it a couple times, but
I got pretty good at it.
Me playing it that couple times, I didn't really care for it a whole lot. But in the original box cover, the box art for it, did you see the mess up in it?
Luigi's backwards hat. Nintendo covered that. I remember.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I watched that video a while back.
Oh boy.
And then somebody on another game for the Wii just left the watermark from the IGN website on the box art of the case. They just ripped it straight from IGN, the website, and just slapped it on as their new cover. Oh, dang.
Some box art's bad. Do you watch Scott the Woz?
I think I've seen a couple of his videos.
He's one of the funniest. He's one of the funniest gaming channels. He's kind of like a historian type thing.
What's the original rant about?
I don't know. Yeah. Well, this is kind of a good topic anyway, since it's October. It's almost Halloween. The whole scaring us thing.
Yeah.
We got a pretty good story about a haunted house we went to. Like 2 years ago.
It was such a crappy haunted house. I know exactly what you're talking about. It wasn't that one out on the farm or whatever?
Yes, it was like off on a farm. And it was just a bunch of rednecks trying to scare us.
They could have easily killed all of us, honestly, because we drove out into the country pretty deep, and we were the only ones there.
It was really dark, and there was like no one else.
Yeah. First walking in...
It's like you saw every scare coming.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, every jump scare you saw coming.
First walking in, I remember when we were headed to the gates, I thought it was a fake goat on the ground. And then it just moved its head really fast to look at me, and that's the thing that scared me the most that day at a haunted house. Just a goat. Yeah.
I used to hate being scared, but I love scary movies and stuff like that. And I remember I thought I was going to be scared of that haunted house too. And you actually knew one of those kids from school, didn't you?
Yeah. There was somebody who was pretending to like hang himself or whatever, to be hanging from a noose or whatever, and then
he was clearly standing on top of a hay bale.
And then he screamed at us, and then I recognized the scream, and I was like, "Hey, Jamie, what's up?" He's like, "Cameron?" I'm like, "Yeah, man." And then there was that dude following us in the pig mask.
And they legally couldn't touch us. It was for a charity cause though, at least.
Was it? I don't even remember.
Mom was telling us it was for some charity.
Hopefully they need to use some of that money to update their haunted house.
That's what they take in the cut.
The whole experience was like, walking through it was like, what, like 5 minutes long? It wasn't very long either.
It was pretty short.
It just kind of went in like...
basically had a maze of hay bales is what it was.
I think it was pretty much just like an S shape.
Yeah.
So I remember going through the gate, not really an S shape, but going through the gate and then turning left and then turn right and then go straight, then turn right, go straight, then turn left.
Heck, I was scareder in that, or scareder. I was more scared in that. You remember that one?
The Judgment House.
Well, yeah, that too. God,
that one was freaking scary.
Yeah, that scared me. Then I was crying when they set that person down.
For those of you that don't know what the Judgment House is, okay. Nowadays, I'm not sure if it would work so much. Like, I think this would like be a media sensation that they would hop all over this, be like they're trying to force religion on these people or whatever.
Even though you don't have to go.
But yeah, pretty much what it is you take a journey through someone's life, I guess, and it's like you're seeing pretty much like a play. You go into different rooms or whatever, and you see somebody die. I think, did they die in like a car wreck or something happened? I don't know.
I didn't go into that room. Mom told me to stay outside.
Yeah, they would at least warn you to when something graphic was going to happen. And then after they died, it took us to hell. Were you there for that? No?
I was there for the judgment time when they sent that one person, that one actress to hell, and they sent that other actress to heaven.
Yeah, before they sent us to hell, I forgot. They actually had all of our names written down. I remember Cheyenne didn't go in there, but you did.
I went through heaven. We were there with Melina, too. And Vincent and Emily were there, too.
Maybe it was Emily, not Cheyenne.
It was probably Emily. I remember sitting outside with her, and she was crying on that one where that guy died in the car wreck.
But they would call us up to the... Like, it was like a setting to where, like, the room was white, and there was just, like, an angel, and I think, like, St. Peter, I guess.
I remember the white room.
Would call us up there and, like, send someone to heaven or send someone to hell or whatever. And they sent this one girl to hell, and she was screaming all this stuff so freaking loud.
Yeah, those were actors, though.
Yeah, it was...
It started off with two actors.
Yeah, it was
one
really
getting
scary.
sent to heaven, one getting sent to hell.
So they would call us all up. They wouldn't tell us whether we're going to heaven or hell directly. They would just tell us something like, you still have time to get forgiveness or something like that. And anyway, we went and saw what the first actress, whenever she got sent to hell, we went to hell and saw all that.
I didn't go in there. I only went into heaven.
That room, they had it so hot in there. It was really hot. And, everybody was sweating and everything, and then there was actors all playing demons and like Satan and all this stuff. And then I remember just like out of the ground, some dude just stood up right in front of me and then just slapped his hand on the fence that we were standing behind, and he was just laughing, and it scared me. And then we left, and it took us on a journey to the girl that went to heaven, and that room was all nice and cool. It was another white room, and Jesus was there.
There were fountains and stuff. I remember that.
But the whole thing was like traumatic.
I only remember all the good stuff except for hearing like the loud videos or the loud screaming from hell when I was sitting outside of the room. That's why I would cry. I was crying. So it was my friend Emily when we were little kids.
God. Anyway, what was this other one that you were talking about?
What other one?
You said ones that scared you, and I said, you mean the Judgment House? And you said that too. What's the other one?
Oh, dang it, I forgot. One thing that it was... I think I was just saying that I was afraid to go in that place at first, that country place.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and then when we got there, I was like, okay.
Just made it funny.
Oh, wait, no. Yeah, one thing that scared me more, I was going to say, I remember now. The fall festivals that we had at our church.
Mm-hmm.
Remember we had that one way out in the country at that farm?
I think so.
Remember how Mom would always have those mazes or whatever?
Yeah.
They had that maze in that barn. That scared me more. Because they had that, it was like really freaking dark and all you got was a glow stick.
Yeah.
And it was a maze. And there was that one room with the freaking strobe light.
Yeah.
And the mattress.
Yeah.
I liked it at first when we were all in there, but I got left behind in there by myself.
There wasn't even anything necessarily scary in there.
I know.
It was just amazing.
I was by myself in the dark with just a strobe light. Just one room by itself with a bunch of mattresses.
Yeah.
And also the hayride scared me a little bit because it was way out in the country and when it was dark.
Yeah, I remember that.
I liked it though.
I
thought it was fun.
Barely remember that. I remember the maze in the barn. I didn't remember that it was a fall festival.
Yeah. Remember, Ethan's the one that drove us there.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And we were talking about Avengers because it just came out. The first Avengers movie.
2012.
Yeah, I think so. We were talking about the first Avengers movie when we were getting driven out there.
Wow, that was a while ago.
Yeah. I was 11.
Jeez. So,
No, wait. Yeah, I was 11. It should be.
I went to another one that was kind of like it. Kind of like the Judgment House. It was Guts.
Yeah,
Were you there too?
No, I didn't go to that. We were gonna go there, but we didn't.
I think it was more graphic than the Judgment House was. Guts was insane.
Did it show Guts?
Yeah, it actually did. There was a whole room that was all like a car accident. People were hanging from the ceiling and stuff. Like somebody's car like ramped up something and got flipped upside down, so the person was hanging out of the car dead, and someone was just like mutilated on the ground.
Wasn't it like super realistic too?
Yeah, it was.
You told me. You explained that in detail to me. I remember.
And there was one area where they took all our names before we went inside. I remember that. And then we went into like all these areas, seeing people sinning in different ways. And we went into the first room that we went into, I think, was this dude was like a predator or whatever, and he would like a sex trafficker, and he just was sitting in front of like a wall of just computer screens or whatever, and it actually had pictures from the different people's Facebook pages on there, like mine, and I remember it had Lori's, my friend Lori, it had hers up there.
Didn't she start crying when she saw that?
Yeah, my girlfriend at the time, she was up there. Oh, jeez. And then the next room, I think it was like drug abuse, and so there was people with like needles in their arms, and some dude just freaking out, screaming, and like punching the wall or something like that, or hitting his head against the wall, something drastic like that. And let's see, there was one where this lady was giving herself an abortion. Like, what? What kind of freaking place? What kind of place does that? Honestly, I feel like that's gonna hit home with too many people, you know, because I know abortion's a touchy subject or whatever, but I personally, I know people, most of the people I know that had an abortion, they say they regret it.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she gave herself an abortion, and you just see a dead fetus on the ground, and blood everywhere, and a coat hanger that's all bloody. Yeah, and then, that's pretty much all I remember from that. I remember at the end, we did end up going to hell, too, of course. Which was just like this giant black warehouse, just, you couldn't see, and there were people screaming. And then people would just run up to you and scream, "Help me," right in your face, or whatever. And they wouldn't touch you, but they would get like 2 inches away from your face and scream, and stuff like that. And yeah, they were just trying to lead us into a different room from that giant warehouse, from all those people. And you can hear sounds of fire, but it wasn't really hot in there. You just hear sounds and then screaming. And then actual people screaming and then just running. And at the end of the entire thing, it was just like a hallway. Kinda like just a white carpet or a white rug thrown out onto the ground. Like walking the red carpet or whatever, but that white rug. Anyway, you're walking down it. And on each side are like people dressed in robes and stuff, asking if you want to give your life to Jesus or whatever. Like, just get in their face. No. No. I like places like that, but I feel like too many people take it
literal. Yeah,
too literally, and like I can see why some people think they're just trying to scare you into the religion or whatever. But honestly, with that kind of stuff,
but I mean, it's your choice to go.
Yeah, showing it more realistically Because those were really realistic. Those could be actual stuff that go... Well, they are actual stuff that go on every day.
Mm-hmm.
And seeing it firsthand like that...
Car wrecks kill more people than anything.
Yeah. Seeing it firsthand is not necessarily to scare you, but to let someone know that, hey, anything could happen at any point in time. So, I mean, if you're considering it, talk to one of the ministers about it or whatever. What do you got to lose?
Yeah, just live your life the best way you can.
Exactly.
Because it could end at any time. I still catch myself having irrational fears.
Me too.
Like even after I watched the first It movie, I would just stay in my room, not go outside of it. I don't know why. Or I would just be outside and imagine if I just saw Pennywise somewhere. Something scary just run out after me.
Dude, I don't have irrational fears of monsters or whatever. I have irrational fears of people.
Yeah, I do too. That's mainly what I have too.
I'm afraid of because I live kind of out in the country, but I know that some people go out there and mess around or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I'm afraid at some point I'm gonna be walking around outside and then I'm just gonna get shot by a freaking bucktooth hillbilly or somebody trying to break in or whatever.
Yeah, and I hear talking out here all the time.
Yeah.
Someone came through here and stole my bike. Someone stole my bike here at this house.
Just go outside. My bike! Where's my bike?
I've had 2 bikes stolen from me now.
Yeah, I've had a bike stolen from me too. Whatever.
It happens a lot in this town. A lot of bikes get stolen all the time. Some people gotten caught by some people's security systems. It's pretty funny.
What's the point of stealing a bike? Honestly. Because if you're just riding the bike around town, someone's obviously going to know that was their bike.
Hey, that's my bike! Get him! Get him! Get him off my bike. And the balls, they can't escape, though. Unless you have a car. Just steal their bike and you just have a car and you catch them.
That's why if I ever get a bike again, I'm just going to permanently mark it in some way. That way if I ever see it again, I'll know that it's mine due to that mark that I put on there or something. I don't know, something custom on it. Make it original or whatever.
Just post it on Facebook. I did this to my bike today. You can show the police too. Yeah.
God. So what, should I talk about getting stabbed? Or almost getting stabbed?
You got bit too?
Yeah, I had to break up a fight
zombies.
Yesterday, which was insane. Because I had a couple friends of mine got a little bit too drunk, and they decided that they were going to trade punches. That's it. No harm in that. I do that with Cody, my brother, and I do that with my friends sometimes. But I got a video of it too, and they wanted to do it to the face. I was just like, okay, whatever. If you consent to it. I said, don't punch each other full force though, but if you want to do it, then just do it. I was like, just don't let it escalate. I was like, just one punch each, don't beat the hell out of each other. I say that in the video, and then my friend pushes the other one, and then they just start fighting. And I just try to break it up, and we crash into a painting or a picture that's hanging on the wall, and the glass just shattered everywhere. One of them was a little bit more drunk than the other. He was blackout drunk. So he picked up a shard of glass and was trying to slice us with it, trying to slice the other friend. And he didn't want to hurt me, but I didn't want him hurting the other guy really bad. I'm not going to say their names, but yeah, it was insane. It ended up a trip to the hospital. The one that had the piece of glass cut the other guy's hand so bad that he had to go get stitches, because you can see the bone and his tendon. Cut him right on the webbing of between the thumb and the index finger. And see, as I was trying to break it up, I got punched in the face. Both my nostrils are bleeding all over my face, in my beard. And trying to break it up, the dude with the shard of glass bit me on the arm. left a bruise and it swelled up a lot and it was just bleeding out of there. Then I got my finger sliced and then got my stomach sliced just 2 times, not very deep, but it sliced through my shirt and sliced my stomach.
It was a pretty cool shirt too.
Yeah, it was one of my favorite shirts and now it's ruined. So
I thought about getting those flamingo pants or shorts that they had at Walmart. Yeah. I just got regular shorts instead.
But it's a good thing no one got seriously hurt.
Yeah.
But
That's why you don't drink, kids.
don't drink. If you're gonna drink, drink responsibly. Don't get blackout drunk. And surround yourself by good people.
And don't get drunk while you're mad.
Exactly. Surround yourself by good people. And if you feel like you're having a problem, take a break. It'll be easier.
Yeah, have people that'll tell you when you need a break too.
Exactly.
That's
Surround
what they
yourself
do.
by good friends, family, or whatever. If you're gonna do it. But
Don't drive.
the door at the place broke. Like they crashed into the door too. That's broken.
Was this it?
There's blood all over the house.
Was this in the garage I went to? Or?
No.
No.
This was in a trailer.
Hmm.
At the trailer park. And anyway, there was blood all over the living room carpet, all over the kitchen floor, on the table, on the sink, on the door to the bathroom, all down the hallway, in the bathroom, all over the toilet, all over the sink in the bathroom, in the bedroom. It was just insane. A lot of blood everywhere. Because my buddy's hand who needed stitches, his was bleeding everywhere, and plus my nose was just like draining so much. So yeah.
Yeah, I remember when you used to get a bloody nose all the time. That would scare me.
Yeah.
I'll occasionally just get a bloody nose out of nowhere, but that's hardly ever at all.
I remember one time at
Maybe
school.
maybe like once a year. I don't know. It just happens.
I was finally making my move to try to get in with the cool kids at school one time. And I was talking to like the most popular guy and his girlfriend. This was at the Udall Middle School. And I was hoping to be their friends or whatever. But then right as I started talking, my nose just bled everywhere. Just down my face, onto my shirt, and on the desk. And they just started laughing at me. They're like, "What is wrong with you?" Oh man, I was never part of the cool crowd after that happened.
I tried to hang out with a cool crowd before. And they were nice to me and stuff too, but they just weren't interesting to me, honestly.
Yeah.
They're not very interesting.
Yeah, I feel like it's not worth it trying to fit in with people that you think are cooler than you. Hang out with people that you know are cool. Like
They ended up going down the wrong path.
similar interests.
Yeah.
It's not worth chasing somebody.
Familiarity is better than popularity.
Yeah.
Yeah, but God dang it. I was gonna say something that scared me. There's a lot of stuff. We haven't covered half the stuff that scared me.
Wow.
I was afraid of the Fraggle Rock theme song. Look, I found a Fraggle. I was afraid of those things. Not the Fraggles, but whatever they were.
See, I was afraid of the SpongeBob episode where he goes to rock bottom.
Oh, yeah, me too. He was in the dark for a while in that bus stop.
Yeah.
It scared me the most.
Hmm.
But then I love the level on Battle of Bikini Bottom.
Large Marge scared me from
Yeah.
Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Good God, that scared the crap out of me all the time.
That's one of the most traumatizing things in any children's movie. Pee-wee Herman was like Pee-wee's Playhouse was for little kids and everything. You think it's gonna be great that he got his movie, but then they just give it to Tim Burton to do it.
That Large March part, like, just scared the crap out of me as a kid. When I watch it again, it's just terrible CGI.
Yeah, it looks like claymation or whatever. It's really stupid. That wasn't the only scary part of that movie either. Let me tell you another scary part was the clowns. Whenever he was getting surgery or whatever.
That dinosaur.
Yeah, the dinosaurs too. And
Those
the hobo
clowns,
guy.
Those clowns scared me too.
The hobo
He
guy.
tore
on the
apart
train.
his car or his bike.
Yeah.
Yeah, the hobo guy. Oh boy.
Oh god.
When he was that part where he was like, "What are you doing on our turf?" Just hisses at him.
Oh, God. What also scared me was the psychic, that lady.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, she scared me too.
I just trying to make you think she was Madame Zeroni. Madame Zeroni did scare me, though, on those as well.
Yeah.
Especially her laugh.
Yeah, that's just Yzma from Emperor's New Groove.
She plays Yzma. Oh boy. And I fell asleep to Emperor's New Groove the other day. Or like a week ago or
I haven't
something.
seen that
A couple
movie
weeks
in a
ago.
long time.
I fell asleep before I even got that far into it. I fell asleep when they were in the meeting at the beginning of the movie.
God. Freaking, what was I gonna say? There was another part. Oh, yeah. Whenever he's like, you have something you want to say, Amazing Larry? Amazing Larry scared me a lot. No. Oh.
You just had a mohawk, right?
Another freaking random, thing. This is from a Disney movie. Like, the whole movie's about scaring children. Monsters, Inc., of course. But, you know, you shouldn't be that scared of it. But a monster didn't scare me as a kid. No. It was that practice robot kid that they would practice
Me too.
to scare.
I was afraid of just weird robotic, animatronic type things. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, because, you know, they have no emotion. So if they come and attack you, they ain't got no remorse or anything.
Remember when we were at that nursing home? When Grandma was in there for a little bit to recover or whatever, and Terminator was on the TV. That scared me too.
Yeah.
Is that part where he was getting all melted? Whatever?
Yeah, Terminator 2 scared me more than
His
the first
skin
one.
was
I
all
think.
melting off.
Yeah.
Scared me. And oh boy. Toy Story scared me when
Toy Story 2.
Toy Story 2, yeah, when Woody got thrown away in the trash in his nightmare.
Oh god, just random things in cartoons.
Both of them scared me, actually. That baby-headed spider thing scared me, too.
Oh, yeah.
On the first one. And also, I was thinking, that kid on We're the Millers looks a lot like live-action Sid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's also in Maze Runner or whatever.
He shaves his head. And his head is shaved, he looks a lot like Sid.
You know they're making a sequel to We're the Millers?
Mm.
I think it's called We're Still the Millers or something like that.
Oh, dang it.
Let's see, can you think of another movie that has something randomly scary in it? Kids movie.
It's, okay, kids movie?
I remember Scamper the Penguin, that killer whale scared me.
Yeah, a crap ton of things scared me from kids movies, especially Disney. Like Bambi's mom getting shot,
Oh, I think
running
that
through the
traumatized
flaming
everyone.
woods. Freaking The Little Mermaid when, what's her name, grew giant. That scared me. Ursula. She grew giant. That scared me, and her laugh got all deep. It was just in a storm.
See, whenever Clayton,
Cinderella didn't really
whenever
scare me.
Clayton died in Tarzan.
Yeah, you just see a shadow of him hanging there. That scared me. God damn.
Shout out to Phil Collins for going that hard on the Tarzan soundtrack. He didn't need to, but
It's a great
did.
soundtrack. God dang, what else scared me? That on episode 2 of Star Wars when that bounty hunter got shot by Jango Fett.
oh yeah,
And she turned back into her alien thing or whatever.
yeah. Oh, and Raiders of the Lost Ark when those people's faces got melted off. That scared me as a kid.
And of course the natives from King Kong.
Oh God, yeah. Those always traumatized me for a long time.
They're so freaking
I
scary.
think that movie came out in like 2008 or something like that.
I love that movie except for that part.
Yeah.
King Kong, I was scared of him for a while, but then when I saw him fighting off the stuff that I was more afraid of, I liked him better.
When he freaking broke the dinosaur's jaw.
Yeah.
God.
It's like I like King Kong way more than Godzilla.
Yeah.
Caden likes Godzilla better. I don't know why.
Oh, freaking weeb.
It's like King Kong is pretty cool. Just like I like Donkey Kong more than Bowser.
God. Let's see. Did anything ever scare you in Good Burger?
I don't think so.
I think what scared me in Good Burger was that dude that in the mental hospital or whatever that broke him out. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
That strong dude.
Yeah. He scared me.
Not really me. I just kind of laughed at him. I don't know. I don't think I was really scared of anything in that movie, but there's so much stuff that scared us as kids.
What about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory? When Willy Wonka freaked the hell out at the end of the movie, it's like, or when they were in the tunnel. Yeah,
that scared me the most. Yeah.
God.
See that tarantula crawling on someone's face, and then he just starts screaming in there too and yelling. I love the World of Pure Imagination song.
And it's not showing any signs of slowing down.
He just screams on that part.
And then Tim Burton got a hold of that movie and made Willy Wonka, or made Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Edgy. That's cute. I like that movie too. The remake was pretty good, but I like the original more, honestly, because the guy, that fat guy eats the microphone.
Augustus' dad.
Oh, dang it.
I don't know what it is with Johnny Depp being like Tim Burton's little gimp.
Edward Scissorhands scared me too.
Yeah, it scared me too as a kid.
Especially when he stabbed that jock or whatever. The main jerk dude. And when he cut the face of that kid.
Walking to the horror section in Blockbuster.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing all the covers. I remember seeing Hellraiser. You know who Hellraiser is?
Yeah.
He's got all the nails in his head or whatever.
Yeah.
That scared me so much.
I remember seeing some of the Saw covers. Those scared me.
Just a foot on the ground.
Yeah.
just a cut off foot.
And I remember when we found those Saw discs at John Baker's house, right? Was it at his house? Oh no, it was at that trailer that was abandoned next to our house.
Yeah.
Oh boy, you don't want to know what we found at John Baker's house.
Shout out to John Baker.
And his sister. Did you ever tell him about that?
Yeah, he knows about it. I actually talked to him yesterday. I just called him up and told him to dab, and then he dabbed, and I just hung up.
Apparently Darth Maul scared a lot of people. He never scared me.
He never scared me. I think General Grievous scared me more.
Oh, dang it. Probably.
Because again, it's the robot. And
yeah. I was scared of the super battle droids for a little bit. The big ones with the arm.
Yeah.
With the arm cannons. And then I was afraid of
the opening to Finding Nemo with the...
Yeah, and Anakin when his eyes turned yellow.
Oh,
he was burning. That scared me a lot.
I know. Yeah, the opening to Finding Nemo with that barracuda or whatever.
That scared me too.
God. Why do they have to go so violent?
Someone always dies in the Disney movie. Freaking every Disney movie where a character was killed or something, that part was probably the part that scared me.
Yeah.
And Pinocchio too, when they were all turning into donkeys, that scared the crap out of me. God. What's happening to me? Aww.
Like, what do I look like? A jackass?
You sure do.
What? Just started screaming. You gotta help me, Pinocchio. Mama. He just started destroying everything.
Shadow and stuff too.
You see his hands change into hooves. God. Every time I play pool, it reminds me of that.
And the part with the whale too, that scared me
Monstro?
too. Yeah.
Shout out to Monstro. You think of a random Disney movie that you can think of when we were kids. I'll try to name something that kind of scared me as a kid.
Okay. WALL-E.
I think the bad guy in that movie, which is just the steering wheel to the ship, I think that scared me a little bit, but just to see that much devastation on planet Earth scared me too.
Yeah, and this WALL-E one, When Eva shut down for a while,
Yeah,
that scared
that
me
too.
too. I was a really little kid when that came out. I remember when we watched that in the Exley's basement. And that one kid just kept coming out of his room. And Kristen kept having to send him back to his room. I forgot his name. It was like Sam or something like that. Samuel. I think it was Samuel. Do you remember him?
I think
With
so.
the big forehead and the
Oh, yeah.
glasses.
Yeah. Shout out to Samuel.
I don't know what they never adopted him, but who for? They adopted everybody else.
God. Yeah, I want to know why they didn't adopt any more boys. I always hear, like, this isn't sexist or anything, but from what I can gather, what most parents have told me is that girls are harder to raise. So I don't know what, like, the science behind that or whatever, but that's just what I hear.
I can't imagine having that many freaking daughters.
Yeah. They have one son, and how many daughters? Let's see. They got 1, 2, 3,
Kristen,
4,
Becca,
5, 6. I think they got 7 daughters. We got Kristen, Becca, Brittany, Faith, Morgan,
the youngest one,
the
Trinity,
youngest one. Trinity, yeah.
and then
Brianna.
Yeah, 7 daughters. And
7 daughters and 1 son.
Oh, it's
Jeez.
like Gordon Years Who, oh boy. They
Okay.
didn't adopt Samuel.
Poor little Samuel.
Oh, I don't know why he didn't just have us call him Sam. He had that weird tiny chin that was like super close to his bottom lip. He barely even had a chin.
I think he was kind of mean too, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think he was kind of aggressive.
I don't know. How would we know? God damn.
Oh yeah, we even got, me and you even got bullied together that one time. You remember that?
Being bullied together at the baseball field?
At the schoolyard?
Softball. Schoolyard.
By that whole group of kids?
Oh, yeah. I think so.
That's what made us think public school kids were bad.
I forgot what happened. Exactly.
They started throwing rubber at us. Remember that?
Yeah. I remember.
Sierra wouldn't even help us. Sierra was there too.
I
She was
remember
on the swings.
we got bullied at the baseball fields too. I remember that. Me, you, and Caden were just trying to play, and then some neighborhood kids came by. Pretty much a whole bench warmer situation. Get off our field. That's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
much what happened. Even though there was a whole other field that they could have went to.
I remember that too. Yeah. I practiced before.
Yeah. There was a whole other field,
We
just
can-
like right across the sidewalk that they just could have went
We
to.
can talk about bench warmers because we talked about Children of the Corn already. Oh yeah, Bowser's laughing. Mario 64 scared me too.
Yeah. What if they switched out? If they switched out the laugh for Mario 64 and Donkey Kong 64, I don't think it would make too much of a difference, honestly.
Yeah. Video games back then were so more simple,
Yeah.
but yet so much fun.
Uh-huh.
Hi there.
Oh, dang it.
Yeah, I was always afraid too. We lived in a town that would always get tornadoes and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So those sirens would always go off in the town.
I think that it was
We still live in a tornado town. That happens still.
1952, maybe, if I'm
Destroyed
remembering
the town?
correctly. Yeah, a tornado came through and destroyed the entire town. And there's a rock set up
The water tower survived though.
for in memoriam for all the people that died during the tornado and stuff. You can look it up online. There's, tornado in Udall, Kansas, and it'll tell you the whole story. There's about like a little bit of a documentary where they talk to people that survived the tornado when they were kids or whatever. And apparently Mike Bursack told me that his uncle was driving through the town and it was nighttime. So I guess the tornado hit at night. And he was driving through and it was just complete darkness outside because it destroyed all the lights and everything. So it was just complete darkness and he could just hear the town scream. You know how insane that must be.
Yeah, I'm kind of glad we moved out of there.
Yeah.
If I ever move back to Kansas, I'm not gonna move here at all.
Yeah.
It's just too small, nothing really to do there, honestly.
I want to live in one of the smaller towns in Kansas because there's a lot of crime that goes on in Wichita.
I want to switch things up and live in a bigger city, honestly. I'm moving to New York tomorrow.
I'm just afraid of crime and stuff. The world's getting worse.
There's a murder a day in New York. I know that.
That's pretty much how it is in Tulsa,
365 people who die a year there in just one town, one city.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's like the same way in Tulsa. I'm always getting updates on my phone, news about somebody shot, or like 2 killed in a drive-by shooting. Or
that one guy that was just pulled out of his car and shot, and then his car was stolen.
Yeah.
Basically GTA, bro.
Yeah. GTA IRL, dude.
Apparently, I don't remember if Tulsa's like in like the top 20 most dangerous cities in this country.
I don't know. It should be, but of course I don't know like what LA's
Not the
like
world,
or
like the country. Yeah, but LA's just has a few cities that are big in crime, and they're doing really bad in poverty in LA.
Mm-hmm.
So their taxes are so high because everyone wants to live there. So there's a lot of poor people on the streets.
Hollywood destroyed that place.
Yeah. In LA, they literally have people in tents, like whole huge rows of tents on the side of the roads.
Mm-hmm.
And people just crap on the streets.
Yeah. Well,
I don't want to move there, oh boy.
I want to visit.
Almost up to 2 hours. You've been hearing my squeaking chair this whole time.
Yeah, what the heck. I think we should start wrapping it up, too. It's 10:16.
Alright, guys. If you like this podcast, let us know if you're listening to on YouTube or Spotify. Got on a whole lot of... If you're listening on Podbean. Alright, this has been more... I don't know. This has been a very different episode. No one was really here. I'm going to try to get a Reginald Rants, but if I can't, then I don't know. I'll figure something out. Alright, we'll see you guys later.
Peace.